What's up everybody? Today is just going to be a quick garden update type of video, and we may run around the property and I may show off a couple quick projects that are coming up, talk a little bit about those. But this video is mainly kind of for one subscriber who asked a lot. I believe, I hope I'm saying this right, Susie McMullen, if I remember correctly. You asked about grow zone that I'm in. Sounds like you're in northern Florida too. So everything that I grow here, I assume that's why you have interest, you should be able to grow as well. Southern Georgia, northern Florida, these are all pretty common vegetables to grow here. So I'll keep giving the updates on that. And we picked up a lot of subscribers recently. I know a lot of y'all have joined for the gardening videos specifically, because that's what I've been doing a lot of here lately, although we do much more than that on the channel. And last quick shout out, My Wild Coyote, check his YouTube channel out. He jokingly the other day said, "What's with all the gardening videos?" I know you love them, brother. That's why I keep pumping them out just for you. Although I think you'd rather see something else. So we got other stuff coming up. It's nice and cool. I'm gonna do a quick firewood video and a few other things we'll talk about a little bit later. Let's take a good look at the garden. All right, as far as my bell peppers go, doing fantastic. They are just loading up. Every plant has anywhere from 1 to 2. And as I look out there, I don't see hardly any that doesn't have at least one bell pepper on it. Maybe that one right there. I see one back there with 3. So this is just a red bell pepper variety that I stuck in this little side garden bed. This is typically my fall garden bed. And as you can see here, I still have a few cabbages that are somehow making it, although I see grasshoppers or something's been eating them all up. We keep picking cabbage off of that, but like I said, that's something I started growing in the fall. I stuck a few zucchinis in here. They're kind of yellowed up because this has a lot of clay soil in it. I didn't fill this fully with the compost like out in the main garden. We've already done picked several zucchinis out of this garden bed. I see some more back there growing that'll be ready to pick in a day or two. So we've already been eating and enjoying those. Need to hit this with a little bit of liquid fertilizer because it is showing a little bit of, signs of needing some nutrients. As far as the Myers lemon and lime, they need a little bit of fertilizer too, it looks like. I use a shake and feed citrus fertilizer there. They usually green up quite well with that. Little peach tree. Got a nice little peach on it. The other one fell off. It wasn't looking healthy from the day that we bought it. So I've got to get that planted soon. Some loquat, grapevine that I'm going to start, although I've got more clippings I'm going to get off the property. But let's take a look at the main garden. So we'll start with my personal favorite, the corn. Oh my goodness, the corn is doing so fantastically well. I mean, the size of these stalks are just amazing for no longer than it's been in the ground. It's as green and as healthy as I have ever seen corn. I was just watching a Hoss Tools video the other day. I don't own any of their tools, but I like their gardening videos. And the guy said something I've heard before and it's correct. He says, you got enough nitrogen in the soil when the tips of your corn burn. Well, as green as this is, I can tell you, I've got enough nitrogen, which a lot of this compost has here. Some tips are burning, but as you can tell, it's not damaging this corn. It is doing so well. As long as we don't get any windstorms to blow it over, I'm excited about this. And if you missed when I planted it, this is Silver Queen sweet corn. Best corn on earth in my opinion. The peppers that survived the tornado, they're doing well. A bit short and stubby. That box didn't do quite so well. These are new potatoes. Absolutely love these small type potatoes. Mush them up, throw a little butter in and garlic, or we can slice them and fry them. They're just so good. You can see a few bare spots out here didn't make it. That's okay. Planted them a bit thick anyway, so I'm glad that some of these are going to get room to grow out. But they're doing exceptionally well. Probably what's just as impressive as the corn over here is my squash and zucchini. I have never seen squash and zucchini get so big so fast. I mean, it's huge, and it's doing it before it's even started flowering out, although some of them started flowering. So just rapid growth, insane. We've started putting on, look at this plant right here. 1, 2, 3 squash, actually 4 right here before I've even started picking. This compost is doing exceptionally well. Starting to get flowers in here now with more squash putting on, zucchini on this side. So we'll be picking here before long. We'll jump back over to this garden bed over here. The okra, had to replant it once if you watch the channel. Coming back up, doing well since that replanting. That's why some are so much bigger than the other. Only issue I had, we did get a bad windstorm the other day, and it blew several over, and they're just not making it. Looks like it broke the roots on them. You see some of these are blown over. This one's trying to make it, but we've just been dealing with so much wind here lately. It is what it is, I guess. This is the bed that I've struggled with. Just can't seem to get bush beans to come up for nothing. But like a viewer said, that I probably should have soaked those beans, so that may have helped me here. But I've already got some in the ground. Too much to replant. I got a few popping up, but this is going to be sparse. Struggled getting cucumbers up, which is, I'm still scratching my head on that one. Never had a problem growing cucumbers in the soil, so maybe there's something different with the compost here. But I did transplant some cantaloupes. They're doing really well since the transplant. And I pulled those out of this bed right here. These are doing very well. This one probably won't grow too much taller before it starts vining out and running. So I've got 5 in here. Probably should have did 4. It's very rich soil here, so we're going to see how they do. And then this last extra bed that I built, got a few beans stuck in between some corn stalks. They're doing okay. Corn is starting to come up. I planted this much later than that corn, so we'll see how quick it comes up. Got one piece that I transplanted that's not doing too well, but it's trying to live. So like I said, this was extra. If you watched the last fence building video, you've seen that I stuck some blueberries in here. So we've been looking forward to that. I'm starting to water those in heavy right now to try to pack that soil in. But these little guys just have come out of containers. Oh, I dropped a good one. Man, they're just loading up with blueberries just everywhere. So I hope these make it. They can be a bit finicky sometimes. I need to mulch them in. We'll do that in an upcoming episode. But it's nice to come out here and start picking them. So I've got 3 here, 3 over there. Can always add more, but I just tried to leave the spacing to where everything looks symmetrical in the garden. And the last thing I'm going to do out here is run a long grapevine back here. The reason I did blueberries and grapevines in the garden is because we have a horrible problem here in Florida with raccoons and, believe it or not, foxes. Foxes love to come out here and eat the bottom 2 foot of your grapevine out. So hopefully this nice tight woven fence that I bought will keep them out. And I'm also going to go back later and put some stakes down in between each post to make it very hard for animals to dig and lift up that fence. All right, so that was the quick little garden tour. Everything's doing quite well other than the one little bed that I showed you here that's kind of struggling, but it is what it is. That corn, these potatoes, squash and zucchini, okra, that is by far our favorite vegetables and the main reason we plant a garden. So doing very well on this compost. I'll keep you updated on this. Oh yeah, one other thing worth mentioning. You know, I did the propane weed burner, and as you can see behind me here, the grass is doing fantastic, as in it's dead. Just a few weeds coming up, but look out here. This is 2 sweepings with a propane powered weed burner. I'll try to remember to include a link to one of those videos here at the end of this one. And you don't have to use herbicides, no nothing. Just come out here with a propane burner, 20 or 30 pound cylinder, sweep over it quickly, as I found out 2 times. You don't have to sit there and burn the mess out of it. Just as soon as it wilts, move on. Look at the results. Amazing. So 2 passes has killed everything off. I'll come in here a little bit later and put wood chip mulch down over all this to make it look better. And I've still got to come back and cut all these posts off from the fence build. I want to straighten a few posts up that I did level, but I think I want to make them lay with the lay of the land. It just look better to the eye. So still a lot of work to do out here, and I will do some videos of that. So since I'm just yakking on, I'll go ahead and let you know this wheel right here is busted. As you can see, the bearing failed in it. It's got a lot of miles on it though. So I've got a new one in. We're going to replace this wheel, mow this entire field here coming up. So I know a lot of people join the channel to see the John Deere run, maybe some of the mowers. So that's coming up here very soon. And we're gonna clean all this junk up. So if you've watched and seen that we got hit by a tornado and there used to be a barn here that got tore down, I will be putting all this back in grass, smoothing this area out, and everything will be moving out to our new barn. So the contractor just contacted me. He's eager to build the barn. I'm waiting on the barn company to finish it up. I did a special engineered high wind type of pole barn and kind of did overkill on everything. You know, after you lose one, you want to do everything you can to not lose another one. So back here behind me is where we're about to build a 42 by 80. I'll include that on the channel as well. That'll be probably 2 to 3 weeks out, maybe. I've also got another very exciting project I'm gonna do on the channel. I'm not gonna tell you about it just yet, but all the material that come out of this tornado damaged pole barn is gonna be making something that'll be safe in the future. It's got a weird twist to it, so I'll let you know about that. Well, the good news is, if you like tractor videos and food plot videos, something I do a lot of certain times a year, that's coming up. This entire winter oat field that you see behind me that I'll let grow out and seed out, over the next few weeks, I'm gonna start mowing that down, chopping it in, starting getting ready for dove food plots that I like to plant every year. I normally do them around June, July, but I have to start prepping the ground well ahead of that, so that'll be coming up very soon. So I'll have a lot of that on the channel. I want to show y'all something that this property is just blessed with. I hope you can see it. Literally thousands upon thousands of blackberries. You already got some that are starting to turn into little red berries there, but you know they got to turn black before they're completely ripe, so that'll be a few weeks. So I'll be doing things like this on the channel that I want to learn to do, like canning and putting up goods. Some of that stuff I already do, but you know, I've never canned jam. So we're gonna definitely explore and expand on this channel. I've always been cautious calling this channel a homesteading channel, because my Lord, is that a sensitive term nowadays. People think if you're not, you know, just completely living off the land in a solar cabin, you can't call yourself a homesteader. Well, let's face it, there's modern homesteading. And with today's world, and as crazy as it is, it's kind of a good thing to be a little more self-sufficient and learn things like this. I grew up doing a lot of this stuff, but some of it I've forgotten, some of it I never learned, and I want to share that. You know, like I said the other day, my failures is an awesome thing to share. Y'all can learn with it, and when I put stuff like this out, you know, on YouTube, I'll probably already start getting comments right now on things I should do in preparation for canning, things I don't know about. So I love learning from y'all. I appreciate that. So that's coming up. A lot of little things like that, especially as we develop the property. Well, a few things you should see behind me that's standing out. I have 3 empty bays now, and we've already started working on this one over here, so we're still burning firewood. It was 40 degrees, well, not 40, it was in the 40s this morning, which is crazy for Florida this time of year. So we go from March, which had a bunch of 80 and 90 degree days, I don't get it, to now in May with a bunch of 40 and 50 degree days. Not complaining, feels amazing out here. So we're still burning firewood, kind of crazy. So I may wind up burning through my last 2 dried out racks, no problem at all. I've got more wood I can get, but as you can see behind me, I've got a lot more of this oak left to split. So that's probably gonna be one of the next coming up videos. While it's cool, I'm not gonna sweat to death. I want to get out here and split this up. Plus it's time to run the log splitter. Been watching a lot of other channels that y'all watch, and they're cutting firewood still and splitting it up north, and that's got me itching to get out here and do a little bit of that myself. And one of the last projects coming up is going to be the gate build for the garden. Got to do that for a deer just walks right in and eats everything. And that's enough projects for a while. But like I said, we've got one really big project coming up. Not going to spill the beans on that just yet. Still talking with a contractor on getting something done ahead of time so I can start building. So we got to see how all that works out. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoy little update videos like this. And I appreciate all y'all that's joined for the garden stuff. And again, all y'all that stuck around for firewood and tractor videos. Plenty more of that coming. Thanks for watching.